Hey friends, and welcome back to Transaction Thursdays. I am Christina, and today we are diving into what I call the freedom formula. This is the exact 4-step framework that I use to help agents and TCs go from that chaotic and overwhelmed feeling to calm, controlled, and profitable. If you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking, okay, that's great, I get it, I need systems, but where in the world do I even start? This episode is going to be your roadmap. So by the end of this episode, you should have a clear understanding, an actionable plan to systemize your business so that it is going to run so smooth. It's going to save you time and it's going to give you that work-life balance that you have been so looking forward to getting back. So let's get into it. The first step in the freedom formula is capture. So you can't really systemize what you can't see. So before you build anything, you need to get everything out of your head, get it onto paper, get it onto a document, a whiteboard, whatever you need to do. Here's what you need to do. You need to sit down and you brain dump. Okay. I don't care if it's in a journal, if it's a document on your computer, if it's a whiteboard, it does not matter to me where you do it. But the point is you sit down and do it. So you brain dump every single task you do in a transaction, every single email you send, every follow-up, every checklist, every deadline. And you don't edit yourself. You don't judge it. You just write it all down. Might take maybe on average, 30 to 60 minutes to get everything out, just because what you can sit there and you can brain dump quite a bit of stuff at once, and then you might think of something else that needs to be added shortly thereafter. So you set aside like 30 to 60 minutes. It is one of the most eye-opening exercises you're ever going to do, because you'll realize how much invisible work you're carrying inside your head and your brain. And once you list it, then you organize it chronologically from contract to close. So you'll group, similar tasks together, maybe like loan coordination or inspection follow-up or whatever. So you group things together, and now you have a map for your entire transaction process. And the thing about this, what's powerful about this, is that once you see it all laid out, you're going to be able to look at it and immediately spot the bottlenecks, the redundancies, the tasks that, you don't actually need your hands on them. And that's the foundation. You can't automate or delegate what you haven't captured. Now, step 2 is to simplify. So once you've captured everything, then it's time to ask, okay, what can I eliminate? What can I automate? What can I delegate? And you go through your list and you mark each task with one of the labels, either eliminate, automate, delegate, or keep. So you can just use EADK. Eliminate would be, does this task actually move the needle, or is it busy work? Because if it's not essential, we need to cut it. Okay, and then you go to automate. Now, automate can be done obviously by a tool or a system instead of by you. So can this be done by a tool, by a system, or does this need to be done by me? So for example, automated email reminders, calendar invites, task notifications, things like that. Those can be automated. The next one is delegate. Can someone else handle this? An assistant, a lender, a team member? And then keep. So this task is obviously going to require your expertise, your relationship, your decision making. You keep it. So your goal is to only keep the tasks that you truly need. Everything else, get it off your plate. And I'll give you an example. I used to send out manual reminder emails. Like I used to go in and manually send them out every single time, same email every single time. And then I realized, oh, wait a second, that is automatable. I am spending so much extra time sending out these emails. Why am I not just automating these emails? So built the email templates, set it up. You can set this up in your command center to where, like, when you put a transaction in, you can automate everything, like everything. So Now it does it by itself. It happens without me even thinking about it. And that one change, I mean, that can save you hours a week. That can save you 5, 10, 15 hours a week, depending on how many transactions you have and how many emails you're sending out on average. So simplifying, it's not about cutting corners. It is about cutting the clutter so that you can focus on what actually matters the most. Step number 3 is going to be to systemize. So after you have simplified your workflow, it's time to turn it into a repeatable system. And this is where you are going to create your checklist, your templates, your SOPs, those standard operating procedures. The checklists are going to be there as a step-by-step guide for every transaction phase. The templates are going to be, your pre-written emails, your contracts, your disclosures, anything that you send repeatedly. And then SOPs, again, that is standard operating procedures. This is going to apply if you have a team, if you have, maybe not if you're a solopreneur right now, but you can go ahead and do these because it's going to be documented processes so that anyone who comes in, anyone who's on your team, or future you, so you know exactly what to do. And let me tell you why this matters, because when you have systems, you stop reinventing the wheel every single time. You're not sitting around trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? You're following a proven process. And here's the bonus. Systems make you scalable. So if you have ever, or maybe in the future, if you ever want to hire help, if you ever want to bring on a team, or if you ever want to just step away and take a vacation without your business falling apart, systems make that possible. So let me just tell you, for example, like I went out of office for a week. All of my emails are set on auto, so I do not have to worry about them. All of my tasks are automated. I don't have to worry about them. So how do you do this? You create those master transaction checklists with every task, every email, every deadline. You can turn that into a template inside TC Docs. So every time that transaction comes in, a new transaction comes in, you pull that checklist into that transaction, and then boom, instant structure right there. Nothing gets missed. Nothing falls through the cracks. You go through and you automate your emails that need to be sent out. You already have your email templates in there. They're already pulled into your checklist. So you literally can click on the item, say schedule send for this date at this time, and bam, done. It's automated. So there's no manually setting reminders. There's no tracking deadlines. You push your checklist dates over to your Gmail calendar, and then every single day you can pull up your Gmail calendar and see what's happening today. Or you can go into TC Docs and you can look at your dashboard at your itinerary for the day, and every single thing is there. It's great. Anyway, step 4, scale. So once your systems are in place, everything's running smoothly, then you can scale. So that might mean taking on more clients. That might mean hiring a team. It might mean, time for more focus on growth, maybe outside of real estate, or to focus on your life or your family or something like that. Like, here's what scaling looks like. Okay. You're no longer the bottleneck. Your business can run without you being involved in every single detail. So this is going to free you up to where you can handle 2 to 3 times the volume without 2 to 3 times the stress. It's going to give you the margin to be able to go pursue new opportunities, whether that's, coaching, investing, finally getting to take a vacation, taking some time off to spend it with your kids or your husband or whatever. Scaling does not mean working more. It means that your systems are working for you. Okay. And the beautiful part is once you've captured, simplified, and systemized, scaling is almost effortless. Like, you're not adding any chaos, you're adding capacity. So I want to do a quick recap of the freedom formula. Step number 1 is to capture. Get everything out of your head and onto that piece of paper or document or whatever. Step number 2 is to simplify. Again, that is to eliminate, automate, delegate anything that doesn't need you, and then keep everything that does. Step number 3 is to systemize. Turn your workflow into checklists, templates, those repeatable processes. And finally, step number 4 is to scale. Use these systems to grow without burning out, without the chaos and the overwhelm. If you follow these 4 steps, you're going to go from overwhelmed to in control, and you're going to build a business that gives you freedom, not stress. And if you do want help implementing this framework, that is exactly what I do inside Transaction Freedom Accelerator. In 30 days, we walk you through all 4 steps together. You leave with a fully systemized business that runs like a well-oiled machine. If you want to learn more about that, the link is in the show notes. I want to thank you for being here, and come back next week. We are talking about automation. We're talking about the tools you need and the ones you don't. So until then, I challenge you to capture, simplify, systemize, and scale, and keep building your freedom.